unbelievable, man. What the fuck? This is bullshit. Yeah, this is bullshit, man. On a fucking Saturday? Like, what's wrong with people? On a Saturday, though, man. That's crazy, man. Yeah, these motherfuckers probably didn't close early on Saturday, man. Who does that shit, man? Or why?
Hi, welcome. What can I do for you today?
About to say. I just want a large fry.
A large fry?
Yeah.
Alright, give me just 1 second. I'll bring that in for you. Will that be all for you today?
What's that taco about?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What is that taco about?
The taco salad?
It's a salad.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Is there anything else I can get for you today?
I guess a chili.
A small chili or a large chili?
Large.
Anything else for you today?
Nope.
6:38, the second window behind, okay?
So yeah, man, this is what I've been asked recently, or actually tonight. And I'm about to get my food, so just give me a second. But the answer is, when y'all see me make these videos, I'm actually talking about faults of mine, flaws of mine, weaknesses of mine. See, I don't just make videos and say, oh, nothing applies to me in life. No. I analyze everything in life.
6:38? Oh, you really pulled far out.
I got it. Can you put a bunch of onions in that chili?
Yeah.
Or like on the side or something?
You want me to put it in a sack tip?
Yeah, and some hot sauce. But anyways, y'all. This is how you keep self-improving in life, and how I got to where I got is by analyzing my flaws and talking to myself over and over about my flaws and weaknesses and all that, and trying to make them strengths. I do this every day. Every day. Every day I look in the mirror and say, okay, what can you do better? I'm the biggest critic on myself in the world, man. If I am not that, then I'm not going to improve. If I'm not my biggest critic, I wouldn't be where I am, and I'm not going to be where I'm trying to go. See, the problem is somebody sees what I post on here and it hits home, and instead of them understanding why, the motive behind me making videos, they get offended by it. And I'm not trying to offend you, I'm trying to jar your brain so you'll think like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this, or maybe he's right. You know what he said, that seemed like something I might not want to do. Just like smoking weed, like, to some people, they're motivated and they become billionaires smoking weed. To me, that was a flaw to me. So I had to address it, right? I had to admit to myself, you know what, this makes me lazy, I don't want to do shit. You know what I mean? Drinking, smoking, partying. So I had to get rid of it after. It was hard, but I finally got rid of it. That is addressing a flaw and a fault of mine too. So when you hear me talk about certain things, like trying to dodge mistakes and shit, obviously I made the mistakes, or I see other people make the mistakes. So I don't understand how some people think that I'm some perfect angel and I'm just sitting here and I've never done nothing wrong, or I don't think I can do anything wrong, or any of that crazy ass shit, man. You know, I try to make videos for us to think, man. That's it. For all of us to think about life Not pointing a finger at who's wrong and who's right and who's holier than thou and who's not. Who gives a fuck? The point is, if the shit applies to you, fix it. If it don't, then don't let it apply to you. That's the point. But if people want to sit back and just feel bad for certain flaws they have or certain weaknesses and things like that, they're not going to turn them into strengths, and they're just going to sit back and say, fuck it, I don't care, I ain't changing nothing. And that's not a good thing. You got to look in that mirror all the time, every day. Everybody. There's no perfect person walking around this motherfucker, man. But the more you fall in love with being your own critic, the better off you're going to be. When I say be your own critic, I don't mean be down on yourself like, I ain't shit, man. Fuck, I'm just nobody. I'm going to commit suicide. No. I mean, like, you see the flaws, let me fix them. It's kind of like a basketball player or something. You think they started out as good as they are just because that's how they started? No, they had to find their weaknesses and flaws, man. And faults. Like, damn, I fucked up that. I shouldn't have passed when the game's on the line like this. I shouldn't do this or that. Those are faults. You know what I mean? So, like, when I say men got to take responsibility for getting women pregnant, I could easily say, well, the woman has a right to get the kid aborted or not. So, you know, it's really the woman's fault, like most men do, right? Not me. I clearly say to men, you have the power to put on the rubber and all that other shit. You shouldn't have a kid with a woman until you marry the woman. I clearly say that. Even though that doesn't necessarily apply to me, like, personally, because I wouldn't have a kid with a woman unless I married her, but it still applies to me because I have to still walk the walk that I'm talking. It's a flaw. It could be a weakness. It could be a flaw. Or it could be a fault. Because I'm no different than the next person. If I choose to do that, it makes me no different than the next guy. Anything other men do, if I choose to do it, it's the same thing. If I choose to sleep around like all other men, whatever, I'm going to get the same, well, maybe not the same consequences, but I'm going to get some consequences for it. So that's why you hear me preaching about trying to get one solid woman instead of sleeping around with multiple women. But when a man hears this that sleeps around, he's going to feel offended. Instead of him saying, you know what, man, I might not be there yet. I might not be right there yet. I might still have a problem with sleeping around and I'm addicted to that. But he's right. They don't do that, though. They get mad, man. They don't understand that I make videos to try to help us change our lives. I don't make videos to feel good stories like you, some fucking kids at night and I'm reading you a nursery book. That's not what this is. If you want that, then go ahead and stay on other people's pages that are going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Because I tell myself what I need to hear. And when other people tell me what I need to hear, even though I might not like what they say, if it's what I need to hear, I'm going to eat it up, man. And I'm going to try to make the best out of it. I love the odds and I love learning and all that. And that's another thing. You know, if I thought I knew everything and I'm so perfect, how could I learn as much as I've learned? You think I just woke up one day and I just learned all this shit? Or do you think I sit back and listen to all people's opinions on this and that and try to apply it to myself? See, I'm no fool, man. I'm no fool. I know anybody can give me some. Anybody could just say one thing and it might change my life. But if I think I know everything, then that's not going to happen. But or if I say, man, it don't matter, dog, I'm gonna get these hoes. Or I could be like, man, I've been heard plenty of stories about why men shouldn't sleep around. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with that one. You see what I mean? Or anything. I done heard plenty of stories about men buying cars that they can't afford. I think I might wanna not pull the trigger on that right now. You know? Or I could be like, I don't give a fuck. I know everything. I'm buying this car. I don't care. If I thought I was so fucking perfect, I wouldn't be so compliant and obedient to the rules of the game, of life. I would just say, you know what? It don't apply to me, dog. I'm going to do what I want. That's bullshit. We know that's bullshit because if not, I'd be out partying right now. I wouldn't be getting ready for work tomorrow. And I'm in a position where I don't even have to work, but I'm still following the rules. I'm still following the rules. Why? Why do I avoid drinking and smoking and partying and all that? Because I know that's a weakness. See, a lot of y'all not avoiding your weakness, and that's the problem. It ain't that I don't have weaknesses, I just avoid them. I just said earlier, smoking weed is a weakness for me. If I start back smoking weed, I might end up ruining my whole entire life. Does that mean if you smoke weed, you will? No, it don't. Because your weakness and my weakness, two different things. It's not the same. We're not the same. That's why I try to touch on every single topic, man. Everything, man, from all angles. I have plenty of weaknesses, just like the rest of them, just like everybody else. But the difference is some of us, when it comes to our weaknesses, we either try to turn them into strengths or we avoid them. We don't keep doing them. You know what I'm saying? We don't keep doing them because we know what time it is. Right? And flaws or faults. You know what I mean? If I thought I didn't have any faults, then I would never learn from any mistakes in life and I'll just keep making them motherfuckers. Like selling drugs as a teenager. That's a flaw, a fault, right, of mine. Don't do it no more. I feel like smoking weed was a fault of mine that I don't do anymore because it didn't bring out positive. Anything that I did in life that did not bring out positive, you know what I mean? If it didn't bring out positive in it, then it's a fault. I fucked up. It was a mistake. And I don't do it again. I might talk about it, but I don't do it again. But people ain't hearing me, man. Just like in my earlier years of calling off work all the time and this and that. You think now you see me, I don't want to call off. You're gonna have to nail me to the fucking bed to get me to call off. Why? Because I had flaws and weaknesses of doing that and I fixed it and turned it into a strength. It's not that I'm so much better than everybody. Stop doing this or stop doing that. Everything I say applies to me. Just like when somebody else says shit, good, bad, whatever, it still applies to me. The same rules apply, dog. You are not immune. I can scream up and down, hey, don't be racist. But it don't apply to me. I still got to not be racist too then. I still have to not be racist, right? I can yell it all day long, do cartwheels and tell everybody else don't be racist, but it don't apply to me? Come on, man. You got to practice what you preach, man. And the proof is in the pudding. People who think they know everything and they don't have no fixes and no faults, nothing's never their problem, look at their lives and you will know who these people are. I promise you that. 9 times out of 10, their life not going to be in a good position because nothing is their fault. They think they have zero weaknesses. They don't never put the blame on themselves, ever. I always look at myself first. Every relationship I had, I don't give a fuck if she cheated on me and in front of my face in the bed. I'm still going to blame that on me. Why? Why do I blame me? Not because she cheated. You know, I'm not that dumb. She could try to say it's my fault. A woman could say it's your fault I cheated. That's fine. But why do I blame me? Because I picked that woman. That's my fault. So when I tell these men, stop messing with these women who only want you for your money and this and this and this and this, that is me admitting a flaw or a fault that I have done. So how do men twist it and say he's making a video saying he has no flaws? I keep getting flaw and fault mixed up. That's bullshit. I'm one of the biggest people. Hey, don't do that shit. I'm terrified to get married because I know I don't want to fuck up. Pick the wrong woman. If I didn't think I had any flaws, man, I know what woman to pick, dog. I'm so perfect. I could never make a mistake picking a woman. You know, get the fuck out of here, man. And I say that humbly with all respect to everybody who thinks that I think I'm this perfect person. I told y'all, I love doing this shit, man. This is probably something I'm probably born to do. That's why I like doing it so much. You should do what you love. So why, when I do this, it's a problem. But if I was talking about hoes and popping bottles all day, I'll be the best motherfucker on the internet. Everybody, all salute for sure, nigga. We kick it at that nigga. You know what I mean? But then when we want everybody real until it's time to talk about some real shit. Now everybody don't want to talk about real shit. We can't pick and choose what real is. We gotta figure out the definition of it and go by that. You can't pick and choose, man. You can't pick and choose. Well, this is real, but this ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's not fake for me to get a woman pregnant or sleep around, but, you know, if she does it, she's fake and she's this and she's that. Come on, man. Y'all be trying to have it both ways way too much. And that's why you're not going to improve. That's why you're going to stay the same. And I hate to say it. And I'm not saying that in the way of I'm better than you. I'm saying it in the same way of if I do that, I'm going to be just like you. There's no difference. Black, white, yellow, green, woman, man, child, it don't fucking matter. The same rules apply to everybody. Even as an adult, the decisions we got to make still apply to children. It's just on a different level. Still applies to children. And then later on in life, they still going to have to face these same rules. The rules of life don't change for nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. Just like the other day, old dude said people got big egos. They don't want to accept that a woman don't like them as much as this guy or that guy. And what did I say? You better accept it. Because if you don't, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get with that girl, probably marry that girl, and it's not going to be pretty for you at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be pretty for you, man. Because, you know, this is what NBA players and athletes do, a lot of them. Man, the rules don't apply to me. Man, look at me, dog. I'm Kobe Bryant, dog. No, not Kobe. He's dead. Can't talk about Kobe. You know what I mean? I'm LeBron James, dog. Ain't no woman going to ever say the Me Too movement, ever that. Or divorce me. Or I'm Kanye West. How about that? I'm Kanye West. Kim will never do what she did to them other guys to me. I'm Kanye West, man. I'm a billionaire, dog. She would never do what she do. Same shit. Because the rules don't change, dog. For life, the rules don't change, man. If this woman is this type of woman, no matter who the fuck you are, she gonna do what the fuck she do. And she did what she do. And the next guy is up next. He's up next. He probably thinking, oh, not me, man. I'm different, dog. Okay. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Man, I could call off every now and then. Man, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I ain't gonna get fired. I'm me, dog. They'll never fire me. Okay. See, that's a person not admitting their flaws. Your flaw is what? You're calling off work. And it's a weakness, might I add. And then you say that nothing's going to happen. You know, you're different. Instead of admitting the flaw, like, you know what, I got a problem. I got to stop this shit, man. One of my problems is eating too much. I think what they think is when I start talking about things in life that we need to watch out for and fix and improve, I think they only think I'm talking to them and it don't apply to me. Come on, man, stop that. Where you think I got the ideals from? Something that popped in my head like, oh, that don't sound right. That's not a good idea. Let me share that with everybody. But instead of them appreciating me sharing the shit, you know what I mean? They take offense to it and then they attack you. Because remember, that's what the devil wants anyway. Anytime you come with some real shit, the devil, shh. Let me send somebody to attack this motherfucker. He's saying the truth. I gotta send people to attack him because the devil don't want y'all to hear the truth. He don't want us to hear the truth. So anytime anybody say some good shit, he gonna send motherfuckers that try to contradict it or counteract from it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna send a counter to try to shut them up, man. That's all it's about, man. If you was talking about hoes and bottles all day on your videos, motherfuckers wouldn't bat an eye. You probably get hundreds of likes. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest with y'all, man. The shit crazy out here, man. Shit straight crazy, man. But on another note, man, I'm out of here, man, and just understand, man, a lot of this shit I be thinking about, man, is because either I don't want to do it, I don't want to be a victim of it, or I don't want to be that type of person, or I don't want it to, or it could be a weakness, or I don't want it to be a weakness, All your weaknesses you should try to turn to strengths or avoid. If I was married, everybody knows a weakness of a man is wanting to sleep with women and shit. Right? So I'm going to avoid that. I'm not going to be a married man up at a strip club looking at all kind of ass here and there. Come on, man. We know what time it is. You're going to fuck around and fuck with one of them, man. It is what it is. You got to avoid temptation and shit like this, man. Like say, I go over to my friend's house and his wife's there. I speak to the wife, but I ain't about to be having all these conversations with that wife. I'm not even putting myself in that vicinity of her, even thinking that I'm trying to get at her, or even tempting myself or any of that. There's no reason. Because who knows? It might be a weakness of mine. I don't know. That's like me, man. I bet crack might be the best fucking high in the world. That don't mean I should start lighting the shit up and smoking the shit. That could be a weakness of mine. See, a lot of weaknesses we don't even have to indulge in to even experience to see if they are weaknesses. Especially if you can see the outcome of it is bad. Why would I even deal with that? Makes no sense. Getting a woman pregnant before I marry her, that is common sense. Why would I do that? I'm pretty sure taking care of your kid and having to deal with another man around your kid and all that, I'm pretty sure that would be a weakness of mine. So I don't want to even try to even come close to that if I can avoid it. It don't make sense. But, according to them, I have no weaknesses at all. Or no flaws. Or I don't ever blame myself. As if they are God and they listen to my spirit talking to God every day. Come on, man. You do not make it far in life unless you are in check with yourself every single day. You got to check yourself all the time. All the time, man. Trust me on this shit, y'all. Trust me, man. You have to check yourself. A lot of y'all be like, man, he don't get tired of talking about shit like this. No, because I understand. Every time I talk about shit like this, I could be helping another person. And it helps me not forget how to keep walking the right path, man. Because just because you learn something don't mean you can't forget it. You can learn shit and forget it. I've done it all the time. I'm sure y'all have. Like, damn, I forgot that you shouldn't be doing this, or I forgot that maybe this is how you get 10% back on this, or whatever. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm my biggest critic, man. I always will be. I always will be. I always will look at myself first. Because in the end, y'all, if you don't look at yourself and your weaknesses and all these other things, if you don't look at that guy or that girl in the mirror first, you're not going to improve your life, and you're not going to improve as a person. There is no other way, people. So stop running from shit you don't like to hear or shit you don't like about yourself, and do something about it. Do something about it. If you know it's a weakness, stop doing it. Try to stop doing it. Most men know that they shouldn't be paying for women and sleeping around like that. They know it. But they're going to keep doing it because it's a weakness. But instead of them trying to stop doing it, they just get offended when you say something about it. A lot of women too. They know they shouldn't be sleeping around with every fucking man. But the moment you put that up, I'm blocking him. I'll never speak to him again on Facebook. I'm offended. Instead of, you know what, he's right, man. I got to fix this. I got to stop liking the wrong type of guys, the bad boys. They don't do that. They get mad at you, shame you, you're gay, you're this, you're that. Fuck you, basically. And then they claim that you're judging everybody and all this shit. It's just ridiculous, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, man. So on that note, man, I'm out of here, man. Be your biggest critic, man. That's how you flourish in life. That's how you flourish, man. Always say this ain't, even though it is good enough, this ain't good enough. That Tom Brady, Floyd Mayweather shit. 7 ain't enough. I need 8. You know what I mean? Like, just keep improving. Just keep improving. You think Tom Brady got to who he is, even though I feel that football scripted his shit, right? At least now, anyway. But even let's hypothetically say it's not at all. You think he got to where he is by not looking at his flaws and weaknesses and shit? Nah, bro. You have to. I just said earlier with the Kobe Bryant shit. Kobe Bryant didn't start out Kobe Bryant. He looked for his weaknesses and shit. Jay-Z didn't start out Jay-Z. You gotta look for your weaknesses and all these other things and flaws and shit. You gotta fix all this shit, man. There is no other way. I'm out of here, man. Y'all stay up, man. I'll be damned if I stuck my growth as far as life and as far as improving as a person over my own ignorance, because you're the only person stopping you from improving in life and as a person. So why the fuck would I not look at myself in the mirror every fucking day? All I'm doing is looking at all the problems across the globe, all over the world. That don't mean I'm immune to this shit. I gotta watch out for that same booby trap that you about to walk past, that you gotta walk around. I gotta dodge that same shit. And that's why it offended me one day when some dude said, that was supposedly my friend, say, you're not one of us. What? He literally said that. He said, I'm not one of them because I'm not in a struggle like them no more. As if I didn't dodge the same potholes as you, if maybe not more. He really believed that since I'm not in the same position no more, that I'm not one of them. You know, I'm not black. You're not one of us. You're not black. Man, do you realize I didn't even have a bedroom till 16? You have no idea where I came from. Came from the same shit as you, if not worse. Right? We all got to dodge them potholes, man. Them potholes are there. Just like Kanye West, he should have dodged that pothole. You know what I mean? But he thought that he can walk into that pothole and it wouldn't, and the same thing wouldn't happen to him that happened to the other guys that walked in the pothole. Come on, man. That's like a motherfucker walking off of a fucking bridge. Oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. Let me try. Come on, man. Same rules apply to me. Right? And when it comes to flaws, you got to figure out what your flaws and your weaknesses are, so you can get rid of them, so you can become better. One of my biggest flaws was smoking weed. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. If I didn't look at myself and say I have flaws, I'd be smoking weed right now. Probably wouldn't even ever became a truck driver. Straight up, man. And when it comes to women, I don't blame none of my exes. I don't give a fuck what they did. They could have blew up my fucking car. I don't care. I chose them. So I need to say, hey, that's a flaw of yours. You're picking the wrong type of women. Figure out why you're picking the wrong type of women so you don't do it no more. Right? Or you can say, it's not me, it's all my ex, and you're going to pick the same motherfuckers again. And even worse, you're not going to become a better person. That's another thing. That proves, I'm going to drop the mic with this shit, because just on that level alone, if I really thought that it was, if I'm so perfect and all, I'd be with another woman immediately. Why do I take a break after a relationship? Obviously because I need to sit back and see what the fuck I did wrong. And how can I improve as a person and all this, and learn who the right woman is. So if I'm this guy who thinks I have no weaknesses or no faults or any of that, I'd be in relationship after relationship after relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or I'd be so quick to buy a car here, I wouldn't think. I'd be so quick to move and not think. There's a reason why I sit back and think and analyze. Because the same rules that apply to y'all, the rules of life, they apply to me, man. They apply to everybody. The rules of life apply to all women, men, and child. Y'all have a good night.